session for one of our most popular programs, which is Starter Company Plus. We are so excited to have you all here today to talk to you about this program and how incredible it is and how it can really take your business to the next level. And before we get into that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about our organization, what we do here, the Starter Company Plus program, and what you can expect throughout the program. Once I'm done with that portion, I'm going to turn it over to my wonderful colleague, Allison, and she's going to be talking about the fun, juicy details that I'm sure you're all here for, which is the eligibility requirements and how you'll be scored when you're applying for this program, okay? So let's get started. A little bit about Community Futures Peterborough. We have just wrapped up our 40th year. So Community Futures is an organization that has been around for a very long time. And we support businesses in all stages, but we are part of a network of 267 independent not-for-profits across Canada, which is funded by the Government of Canada, FedDev Ontario. And then the Business Advisory Center, which is a separate piece of Community Futures Peterborough. We are funded by the Government of Ontario, as well as the City of Peterborough and the County of Peterborough. So Peterborough funding started in 1985 with $1 million, and since then we've grown it to over $44 million, which is super awesome. We have supported a ton of businesses. Working with businesses is what we do. So we understand exactly what you're going through, and we know how to help you no matter what challenges you're facing. The next slide that I'm excited to share with you is our team. We are a small but mighty team, and these are all of the people that you will likely, if you come to our organization for support, or if you apply for the Starter Company Plus program and you're accepted into the program, these are all the faces of the wonderful people here that you will likely touch with at some point during the Starter Company Plus program. So we have our Executive Director, Devin Gerard. Myself, I am the manager of the Business Advisory Center and Corporate Communications. We have Braden Clark, who is our loan manager, Allison Adam, who is our entrepreneurship officer, who's also on the call with me, and Abby Keenan, who is our financial administrator and program officer. So you will likely be working with all of these people at one point or another throughout the program. We love working with business owners. We love working with entrepreneurs. It's our favorite thing to do. And we're so excited to support you through your journey, whether you're looking to start or grow your business. So a little bit more about Community Futures and the Business Advisory Center. For those of you that are not aware of what we do here on a day-to-day basis, we offer quite a bit of support to businesses, business owners and entrepreneurs within the City of Peterborough and Peterborough County. So of course, you're all here to learn about the Starter Company Plus program, but we want you to also know that you have access to a ton of free services through us as well. So we do provide on a day-to-day basis one-on-one business advisory services. So you can meet with myself or Allison, and we can support you with your business even outside of this program. We do a ton of workshops and a ton of programming. We have tools, we have resources, we have templates, we have toolkits, we have everything that you could need or want as a business owner to support you in your journey. We also do funding and business loans here through Community Futures Peterborough, which is primarily what Braden Clark manages, our loans manager. And then, of course, we have grant programs. So Allison is currently running our Summer Company program, and you are all here today to learn about our Starter Company program. So what is Starter Company Plus? Well, first of all, it's an incredible program for new and expanding businesses, but please note that this is for businesses that are less than 5 years old. So you do need to have your business registered within the past 5 years, okay? And it is funded in partnership with the Government of Ontario. So how the Starter Company Plus program works, and it's my favorite program. I have run it for the past 2 years. and we've seen quite a few businesses come through it and have gone on to do really incredible, awesome things. So not only are you, which I know a lot of people are excited for, not only do you have the opportunity to receive up to $5,000 in grant funding, but you also receive a ton of mentorship and training from seasoned business experts who can support you every step of the way. And you get a ton of business development and networking. And, you know, we see that a lot of the participants that come through the program actually find that, you know, the grant is awesome and really supports them in their business. But the real stuff that they get out of this program is the training, mentorship, and business development pieces. And you get to go through the program with a ton of other entrepreneurs that are in the exact same boat as you. So it's really, really nice to be in a cohorted program like this. So Starter Company Plus is for, as I said, new and expanding businesses. You will participate in a variety of workshops, which we'll go into a little bit more detail about that further on. But you'll also get really great personalized one-on-one guidance. You'll be meeting with myself. I've been working with entrepreneurs and business owners for over 10 years in a variety of capacities. And I also myself am a small business owner and have a ton of experience and absolutely understand where you are coming from and how, you know, difficult it can be and how wonderful it can be and all the ups and downs that come with being a business owner. So we do tons of one-on-one support, and we also have a variety of expertise throughout our team. All of the workshops and seminars are designed specifically for this program and to be hands-on so that you get all of this invaluable knowledge to be as successful as humanly possible within your business. And we also will really support you with introducing you to a wide network of people. And then, of course, everybody's most excited about the $5,000 grant. So you could receive up to $5,000 in grants if you are accepted into this program. I wanted to show you a few graduates from our past program here. So these are just a couple examples of businesses that have applied for the program, that have been accepted into the program and completed it with grant funding. So we have the lovely Kyla Frank photo you can see here. So she was a photographer locally and applied and was accepted into the program, and her business has grown exponentially since participating in the program. You'll also see down here in the middle, we have Ashley and Kevin from Summer Soul. They used the grant dollars to purchase reformers so that they could grow their studio beyond mat Pilates and yoga. And they have done amazing things. They're actually right now, as we speak, working on opening up a second location for their business. Super exciting stuff. And then we also have Jody Lee, Nutrition and Wellness. She did so many awesome things with her grant. She expanded her business internationally and now supports clients outside of Canada. So, you know, 3 really awesome examples. And if you head to our website or go on our social media, you can see other highlights of clients and what they've applied for and how they've done throughout the program. So there are a few other things that you're going to gain in the program. If you're accepted into this program, aside from the $5,000 grant funding, you also will receive a free 6-month Chamber of Commerce membership, which is a great opportunity for businesses to network and boost their sales and attend events and all kinds of great stuff that the Chamber supports with. And we also offer a conditional pre-approved $20,000 microloan from Community Futures Peterborough. So if that's something that you're interested in or you require more financing than the $5,000 grant, that's something that you get access to, which is really, really cool through this program. And a lot of the Starter Company Plus program graduates actually did take advantage of that at the end of the program. And then, of course, when you're starting a business, one of the most important things is getting exposure and media attention for your business. And so being a part of this cohort, we really, really work hard to promote your business and make sure that you get seen. And that's a huge benefit of participating in this program as well. So now I'm going to pass it to my lovely colleague, Allison, so that she can take you through the eligibility requirements, because these are really important and I want to ensure that everyone's very aware of what you need in order to be eligible for the program. Allison, take it away.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. My name is Allison Adam. I did notice there's a few messages in the chat. Someone says they're only seeing a black screen. Are we, is anyone here seeing our screen? We are sharing presentation. No issues. Okay. So there should be a presentation on the screen. So hopefully you can get that fixed up. That's great. So in terms of eligibility requirements for the program, of course, you know, we wish that it could be available to everyone, but I'll go through all of these requirements. So the first one here is you have to be 18 years of age or older at the time of registration or at the time of your application. And as mentioned, it does have to be a new business. So a business that is less than 5 years old. However, if you are looking to purchase a new or purchase an existing business, oh, I think we lost the screen. Can we still see the presentation?
We did lose the presentation, Allison, if you want to try sharing it again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Just so everybody knows also, I just popped into the chat just to let you know, we will answer all of your questions at the end of the presentation. Some of it will probably be covered throughout Allison's portion.
Okay. We have the presentation back, I believe. So it has to be a new business, right? So any business, if the registration date is less than 5 years old, would be eligible. If you are looking to purchase a business, that would be eligible as long as you are the new business owner for less than 5 years. Okay. You cannot be attending school or returning to school within the program term. You do need to be a resident of Ontario and a Canadian citizen or permanent resident. I know this sometimes can be an issue, but unfortunately, since it is the Ontario government funded program, that is the reasoning behind that. You do need to be living in the city of Peterborough or Peterborough County and operating your business within that area as well. You cannot be enrolled in other comparable provincial employment or self-employment related initiatives and programs. So that includes anything like ODSP or Ontario Works. If you have any questions about those, just feel free to send me a note. We'll go over that at the end, but I'm happy to answer questions as they come up, you know, over email after the presentation. And I don't know why I keep losing the presentation. It's weird. Sorry about that. Okay. You do need to be up to date with your training and licensing for the business. And those are kind of more one-on-one basis, but I'm happy to help with those if anyone has any questions later on. And the business cannot be in active bankruptcy. Okay.
Do you want me to
share
try
my screen instead? Just going to share my screen and hope that it works. It's weird. Every time I switch the slide, it just goes away. Okay, can we see it now? Can we see it, Rose? Okay, perfect. So the business itself has to be located in the city or county as well. It does also have to be less than 5 years old. It has to be legally compliant, following all the government regulations and municipal bylaws. So making sure we're looking into those. The business itself has to be registered as one of the following. Okay, so the first one here, a sole proprietorship that is owned and operated by the applicant. So if you are looking to open a new business, making sure we're looking into how we want the business to be registered, but a sole proprietorship, and the person who's applying and the person who's receiving the grant will be the business owner of that. Okay. It can be registered as a corporation where the applicant, which is yourself, is the majority shareholder. And so you, as the applicant and as the business owner, would be the one receiving the grant. And then lastly, a partnership. Okay, so partnerships are eligible as long as the applicant. So there, you would have to choose one of you who holds at least 51% ownership interest and show us your partnership agreement to show that the applicant, so the one person who's responsible for the program, for attending the sessions and for receiving the grant itself, owns 51% ownership interest in the business. Okay. We do not accept applications from the following. So franchises, commission sales or distributorships, not-for-profits, cooperatives, or charitable enterprises, multi-level marketing ventures. It can't be a one-time event like a festival or a DJ gig or a party or anything like that. However, if you are looking to do kind of an event-based business, it does have to be something that's ongoing, so not just a one-time event. Businesses that are pay-per-click are not eligible, and then 1-800 businesses are not eligible either, okay? Now, throughout the course of the program, there are workshops that are required in-person attendance, okay? So this is the list of all of the required workshops. These are all in lots of different, categories. So we have our first one is intro and business planning. So we'll go over the program, the requirements, and kind of what we expect from you throughout the program, and then go through business planning and requirements and some really great creative strategies for success. So these this one will be 2 hours. And then the second workshop is our cash flow and budgeting. Okay, so we'll have our loan manager come in and talk about cash flow forecasting and how to kind of manage our finances throughout the term of our business ownership. We have our third workshop, which is marketing and branding. And this one will be Rose, and she'll be going over some really cool marketing strategies and how to kind of skyrocket your brand and be successful in that space. And then lastly is our pitching and PR workshop. So the really kind of cool component of the Starter Company Plus program is that at the end, you will all be all program participants will be doing a 3-minute business pitch in front of a panel of judges to basically request or ask for the grant. And it's a really cool day where kind of everyone gets to listen to all of the other participants' business ideas and you know where they're at in their businesses. So the pitching and PR workshop will help you kind of how to craft a compelling pitch and how to draft kind of media releases and things like that. So it's really cool. So these are kind of the core workshops that will be happening, and they're all mandatory in person. Okay, so if you know you'll be away for 1 or 2 of these, unfortunately, you'll have to either find a way to attend, or you would unfortunately not be eligible to join the program. Okay. The best thing as well about the program and about our Business Advisory Center is that there is ongoing support. So we are here as advisors to meet with you one-on-one at any time, virtual and or in person. And that's the great thing about the program is that we encourage you to kind of meet with us to dive deeper into these issues or into some strategies for your business as well. Okay. Okay, so here is where we're going to look into how the application process works. Okay. So I'm going to later on show you the actual application, but the way that the selections are made are based on specific criteria and scoring from an external scoring committee. Okay. So when you submit your application, it will be sent to our panel of scoring judges with your business name removed. And it's just going to be all the questions that you kind of answered throughout the application, and the selections will be made for the program based on the scores from the scoring committee. Okay. So us, the staff at Community Futures, we are not responsible for selecting and for grading the applications, which kind of keeps that unbiased perspective. And that's kind of how it works. Okay. Some important notes. Just so we can kind of understand how selections are being made. Some industries may be prioritized based on the industry. Okay, saturated industries may be more competitive. Okay, so if you know your business is within a saturated industry, if you know you have a lot of competitors that may also be interested in the program, making sure that you're finding ways to stand out from them, because you know, there will be more of you in that same industry. Okay. We do receive a lot of applications. Okay. We received, I think, almost 75 last year, and we're expecting a lot more this year. So it's very, very competitive. Show us how and why you stand out, and why, you know, and why your business, you know, is the best choice. Okay. And then always reach out to us for support. Okay. So I am here, Rose is here to help you with your application itself. So if you're looking to strengthen it, and if you want to, you know, make it the best it can be, come to us and we're happy to help you with that. Okay. So the application form itself and how to apply. So you'll visit the program page. Okay. I will share what that looks like. Okay, so the application page is, okay, here on our website. Okay, so if you go to Community Futures Peterborough website, you'll go to Programs, Starter Company Plus, and the link I'll also be sending out. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, there will be the Apply Now button. Okay, so if we click that, it'll take us to the actual Microsoft Forms application form. Okay, so the first part of it is just confirming your eligibility. So you'll be your name, age, and then there's questions on, you know, whether you're eligible or not. Okay, and then I'm just going to walk through the actual application portion, so the business description and how that, you know, what you're going to be submitting. So you'll be providing a detailed description of your business or your business idea. Okay, so remember, detail is important. Okay, so assume we don't know anything about your business. We may have never met you before. So the judges don't know your business. We want to completely understand who it is, who you are, and what you do. Okay. Explain how the Starter Company Plus program will benefit you and your business. Okay, describe the 3 top priorities for your business in the next 3 months. Okay, so show us your action plan. What are you planning to be working on, and what are your main goals for your business in the next 3 months to a year? Okay, describe how you will stand out as a business in your region. Okay, so what is your unique value proposition? How are you standing out, especially if you are in a more saturated industry, right? If you are an existing business, what were your gross sales? Okay. How much do you expect your startup costs to be? Okay, so we need to know how much you're expecting to be spending and what that's going to cost. Okay. You must also be able to contribute a minimum of $2,500 of your personal funding to the startup or expansion of your business through the program. Okay. So we'll answer a little bit more questions about that. I do have to kind of go through this so that we can get to the end here. The what are you going to be using your grant for? You can select any or as many as you want of these. Describe your past experience, how it relates to your new business or how it relates to your current business. What new skills do you think you might need to make your new goals successful? And are you committed to any additional work outside of your business? And explain if you are. Okay. So this is the application form. That's all you'll need to do to actually apply for the program. And those are the things that will be scored. Okay. So the judges will be looking at your answers for those. So making sure we're looking at our unique value proposition. So how are we actually standing out? Okay. So this is our scoring rubric. Okay. You will be able to look through this on your own time. It will be attached to the email and it will be on our website. Okay. So making sure you're meeting all of these marks. Okay. So through the questions, looking through, almost pretending you were a judge, making sure that we're using clear and detailed responses and making sure that we're meeting all of these criteria. Okay. Next. As I mentioned throughout that, explain why the program will be great for you outside the grant funding. Okay, so we know everyone wants $5,000, right? So we know that. What else do you hope to gain from the program? Maybe it's the networking component. Maybe it's the workshops or that mentorship piece. What else do you really hope to gain from the program, and explain how that's going to help your business move forward? Okay. Tell us why you're passionate about what you do, why you're the best person to do it. And then, of course, don't be afraid to think outside the box. Okay. So sometimes being unique, it comes to your advantage. Okay. So we like to see that. Last thing here, there are a few workshops that may be really helpful for you if you're looking to strengthen your application. If you click this link here, it'll take you to the page for those, and I highly encourage you to attend those. Okay, so the QR codes on the screen will take you to either the program page or the application form. I will turn it over to the chat if you have any questions. We will answer those in the next 4 minutes or so.
Okay, I am going to unmute myself. Thank you very much, Allison. I'm going to scroll through the chat, and we're going to do our best to answer as many questions as possible. And some of these may have been answered throughout, but again, if you want to, reach out to Allison or I after this, you're more than welcome to. So, would we still have access to the non-financial services after the 5-year mark? Absolutely. You can come to the Business Advisory Center at any point in your business. We work with all kinds of businesses, big and small. We've worked with businesses that have been in business for 40 plus years. Like, we have a ton of support here. So if you're not eligible for the Starter Company Plus program, you can still come access our advisory services for free. Just reach out to Allison.
I do think that maybe the question was also asking, and I could answer this anyways, but if you could still attend the workshops even though you're not accepted or receiving the grant.
Okay. So no, the cohort is the only one who will be attending. Those that are selected as part of the Starter Company Plus cohort are the only ones that would attend the cohorted program. However, we do have a variety of other programs that you can apply for, or you can come to our other free workshops that we offer regularly throughout the year, the Entrepreneurship 101. Sorry, I'm just looking through. We got a lot of messages. I work on Monday to Friday for another job. I'm curious, how have people managed attending these in-person sessions in the past? Is there any flexibility with it needing to be in person? Thanks. So this is a great question. We do require everyone who participates in this program to attend all of the sessions in person. And for all of our selected cohort participants in the past, that's never been an issue. If it was an issue for anyone, so say, for example, we had, a business that was already in operation that had a storefront, sometimes they would send, another staff member or one of their business partners in their place to attend if they weren't able to attend at that point. Typically, it is very difficult to participate in this program if you do have a full-time job. So yes, we do. That is a requirement for this program, is to participate in all of the sessions. The next question is, when will the next round of intakes be? We do one intake round per year. So the next intake would be in 2027. What is your definition of school? I'm studying my PhD part-time. Would that exclude me? Yes, it would exclude you. You cannot be attending any post-secondary or returning to school. Let's see, where else are we? Does the application need to be completed in one shot, or can we work on a few answers, save it, and then come back to it later? Allison, do you know the answer?
I can answer that. The best way to do this would be, what I'll do is I'll send you I'll send everyone the application questions so you can work on them kind of separate from it. And then when you're ready and you have your answers ready, you can paste them into the actual application form. So I'll send all the important questions in first, so everyone can kind of look through them and prepare themselves.
Allison, how many people are going to be accepted? So this kind of ranges. It really does depend on the applications and the judging and scoring and criteria. Typically, the cohort ranges between 18 to about 21 businesses, but again, that can vary. So That's typically where it ranges. What industries are considered saturated industries? Allison, what would we consider saturated?
It depends obviously on kind of the time of year, but I'm just going to give an example, I guess, for the summer company. So we received 40 applications for summer company, and I think over 15% of them were service-based, like landscaping or car detailing. So things that you kind of, this could be within your own business, is kind of understanding how many competitors you have within your area, or how many businesses it just really depends. But I hope that kind of answered the question. It's just, if there's 20 applications that are the same type of business, it's going to be, those are going to have to get narrowed down to one or two, right?
Yeah, and if I can add to that,
yeah.
As Allison had mentioned when she was reviewing the application, is that your unique value proposition really makes a big difference. So for example, when you're looking at like a Kayla LaFranc photo, where there's lots of photographers applying for this program, how do you stand out and how do you differentiate yourself as a photographer if there are a lot of photographers applying for the program? So it doesn't mean that saturated industries are not accepted into the program. It just means it tends to be more competitive in that way. So you just want to take your time, explaining how different you are in that specific industry. The next question, the $2,500 personal investment, what if I've already put in similar amount or more so far in this new business? That's great. You need to be able to tell us that and prove that to us, okay? Thank you very much. Okay. Is the person must live in Peterborough? What about business in Peterborough and person family lives outside of Peterborough? So that's a great question. The business needs to be registered within either the city of Peterborough or Peterborough County. Okay.
If you are interested, if you live outside of Peterborough City or County, I would encourage you to reach out to the small business center that's in your area. So you can feel free to send me an email. I can help you find it. But the Starter Company Plus program runs across Ontario. Okay. So the one that we're running obviously is specific to Peterborough. But if you live in Durham, for example, the Durham Small Business Center will be running the Starter Company Plus program, maybe in a different way and maybe at a different time of year. But all small business centers in Ontario run the same program. So I think that answered a few questions.
Yeah, the next question, we are going to be sending out the presentation as well as the deck. Allison will be sending out everything after this, okay? With a ton more information and details too, so that you guys have everything. Yeah, so if you are receiving EI, you are not eligible for the program. Okay, is the program, we did answer that question too. Yeah, so if you're receiving any kind of government assistance, you are ineligible for the program. That is part of, that's not an eligibility requirement that we set as an organization. That is an eligibility requirement from our funder, which is the Government of Ontario. Our construction design company is saturated. I don't know if I understand that question.
I think they're just asking if a construction design company would be considered in a saturated industry, but okay. That would just be your personal kind of judgment of that.
I have an advanced business marketing diploma and a carpentry and renovation diploma and a business registered for 3 years. I guess this opportunity would be redundant. No, absolutely not. Actually, I can say, for example, you may have heard of this business owner before, Susan Tung. She has actually opened 3 businesses, and she was part of our last cohort for a Starter Company Plus program. And she used the funds for a new catering company. She owns Hanoi House locally. She used to own Naka, and she also recently opened up May, as well as Electric City Catering. And she said that the programming in this program was the main contributing factor to her success. Obviously, the funding was great and was very useful to her. However, we specifically work to support businesses, entrepreneurs, and business owners, which is a very different expertise and skill set than like an average business or marketing diploma would be. So we can help you with all of that stuff as well as you receive one-on-one support. So this program is for both new businesses as well as businesses that are expanding. So as long as you're under 5 years, I highly recommend you apply. We have a lot of existing businesses that apply and are accepted into the program. If I receive the grant, what is the process to get it? How would I receive the funds? That's a great question. So if you're accepted into the program, we're going to go through this all in detail. However, it will be distributed in 2 separate chunks based on you submitting receipts to us for the funds and how they've been spent. Okay. If the business already got a loan from Community Futures Peterborough and the business is in Peterborough, but the owner lives outside of Peterborough, the business must be registered in Peterborough.
If you have more questions about that, just email me and we'll look into it, and we can go a little bit more in depth with that if that makes sense.
The next question is a great question. What if my husband and I are 4951 of a corporation? He applies, but I listen to the talks. Can we apply through him, but I do the information sessions? Yes, absolutely. That was actually how Summer Soul, one of the examples that I shared with you, Ashley and Kevin. Ashley was the primary in the business, and she was the primary applicant. Kevin, who's her business partner, was the one who attended all the sessions. And they were also married too. Yeah. When does the program actually begin? We did share the dates. We are going to be sending those out.
So
again,
also, I think, did we mention this? The application window closes on August 5th. The first workshop date is September 9th, and that would be the program start date. So the program runs all in person. So the first date is the 9th, and then all the subsequent workshops will be the program itself. So it starts on September 9th.
Okay, we still have a lot of questions. I do want to make sure that we are able to wrap this up shortly. So if there's any really specific questions to your business, if you want, you can reach out to Allison or myself. We are going to, I think Allison might have on the next slide our contact information. Yeah. Just seeing if there's any more general ones.
The one thing I do want to mention, I saw this question in the chat, but I can't see it right now, is how does the grant actually get released? So basically, in completing all of the mandatory workshops, you will also need to submit a full business plan, marketing plan, and cash flow. And those 3 components will be kind of completed throughout, and we're going to be there to kind of support you in building those out. So those 3 components are mandatory to receive the grant. So you'll go to all the workshops, you'll submit those assignments, and then submit your receipts, and you'll get the funding. So hopefully that answers your question on that. But yeah, so it's the mandatory workshops, the assignments, and then the receipts themselves.
Yeah. There is also, you will be meeting with myself. I am the instructor throughout the program, so you'll be meeting with myself. I will be supporting you one-on-one throughout the program. So, you know, you'll attend the workshops, but if you're requiring more support throughout the program, or you want to do, you know, more like brainstorming sessions and different things like that, those are all things that I can help you with throughout the program. We have a really, really great time. It's so cool. All of the cohorts that I've worked with, they're all still friends. They, you know, do business together, and they work together and partner together. And it's so cool to watch all the businesses that have come through this program. So I'm really looking forward to anybody who wants to touch base with us, ask any, more in-depth questions. We're more than happy to support you with that. And as Allison said, anybody who registered for this session will be receiving an email from her following the session with the recording, the deck, and everything else that you'll need to move forward. Greg, I think we answered this question, but the grant distribution does range each time, so it could be anywhere between 18 to 21 businesses that would make it into the cohort, likely. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone, for attending our information session. We are so excited to be running the 2026 Starter Company Plus program, and we can't wait to support you in your business. And I definitely recommend that you register for the Entrepreneurship 101 sessions that Allison mentioned, and she'll be sending those links out as well, because those will help you with crafting your application as well. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful afternoon.